Now, with the war on drugs just being an utter failure, with causing so much human pain, I think, Barry, just before we get into it, I think the debate is over.
The debate's over. The war on drugs is not only lost, it's been a dismal failure in terms of humanitarian suffering. My God, if you compare it to any other humanitarian crimes in the past, it far outweighs 40 years of putting 40 million people behind bars. There's 80,000 people in solitary confinement right now, 2 million people behind bars in the United States. Every 8 hours, a cop shoots and kills somebody in the U.S. It's gone mad. It's gone nuts. Debate's over. We got to end this war on drugs.
Now, Barry, when he switched sides and stopped being a police officer, he decided to make very critically important documentaries on how to not get busted, giving extremely important details from the inside with tips and tricks on how to safely consume whatever chemical you want to consume yourself. Now, obviously, those documentaries came out a long time ago. Now, Barry's going to give us the 5 new updated tips, but most importantly, he is working on a bigger project, a complete documentary, a complete film that's going to go into great detail about these 5 important things and so much more that he's going to be crowdsourcing, and the information is going to be in the description below. But just to get started, Barry, just give us a sum of the 5 important newest tips that people don't know about.
Thanks, Luke, and I appreciate you coming to Mexico for this. 10 years ago, when I produced Traffic Stops and Never Get Busted, a Never Get Busted series that taught people how to not get busted for pot, there were some of the things that worked back then but will not work today, and it's very important for me to mention those. For one, 10 years ago, I told people to throw the drug dog off, spray fox urine on your tires, what the deer hunters use. Don't do that anymore. The courts are now ruling all over the U.S. that if a dog just shows interest, they call that a probable cause alert. No longer does a dog have to scratch or shit or sit for an alert. So any interest they show, they say it's an alert. Don't spray your tires with fox urine. Also, I went into this full-scale thing on when the cops come to your door, how to answer the door for the police. In the video, I slid the curtain back, and I said, show the police your hands and say, if you have a warrant, kick the door in. Otherwise, call me on my cell phone or talk to me through this window. Don't do that anymore. If the police come to your door, everybody be quiet until they leave. If you slide the curtain open like I told you 10 years ago and say kick the door in, they're going to kick the window in, they're going to kick the door in, they're going to get the helicopters. It's going to go maddening nuts. Be quiet in your house. Don't answer the door for the police. And there is a tip that still works that I told 10 years ago, and it's still my favorite tip, and that's never carry more than you can eat. Whatever contraband you're going to carry, make sure you carry a glass of water close to it. When 5-0 rolls up, the cops get close, simply eat it. It's not illegal to smell like marijuana. It's only illegal to possess it. This one is going to cause a lot of riffraff with some of my colleagues. As you know, I'm an expert witness. Every day I help build defense strategies to get people free on drug cases as an expert witness. And I'm telling you, tip number 4, do not trust your defense lawyer. On their behalf, I got some badass defense lawyer friends who are really good, but they're less than 0.5% of what's going on out there. It used to be the prosecutor, the judge, and the police formed a triad against the defendant. There's no such thing as a fair trial in the U.S. When the judge has a dog in the fight, so does the prosecutor, so does the cop. But now what's going on is there's a quartet against you now. It's the judge, the prosecutor, the police, and your defense lawyer. They're all in on it to try to get you to take an early plea, to send you to prison. That's why 2 million people are behind bars right now, and they all had a lawyer. So get a second opinion. It does not hurt to hire an expert witness. Give me a call. Hire me. Yeah. And the final tip. If your case is so bad and the cops won't leave you alone, do like I did. Leave the U.S. It's that bad in the country. It's the most unfree country in the world. Flee the United States of America if you can't beat your case.
Extremely, extremely important information, especially for the disastrous war on drugs. The only way you could really protect yourself is with information. Knowledge is power, and Barry is filled with just extremes amounts of knowledge for being on the inside. Now he's coming outside trying to help everyone from this disastrous war on drugs that has a insane human cost to everyone. And Barry, I can't thank you enough for everything you're doing. Those documentaries you did were fascinating and amazing. We're doing a full feature piece that's going to be released later on this YouTube channel, just showing you just the crazy amounts of adversities and all the torment and all the arrest and all the false evidence put up against you for fighting the good fight. That's going to be out on this YouTube channel. But when it comes to Barry's documentary, he just gave you a small taste of something he's working on that's going to be a lot bigger, that's going to help a lot of people. To get involved, check out the description below. We're going to have a Patreon in there where people could get involved, participate, and help make this documentary a reality. These people are doing really important work. They need your help. They need your funds. Now, Barry, anything else you want to say? And, man, thank you so much for everything you've been doing for your entire life.
Peace, love, and never get busted. Thanks, Luke.
Thank you, brother.
Love you, man.